Hey, I thought I'd do an Instagram live because I wanted to talk about why Todd and I spent the whole weekend planting a bunch of evergreen shrubs and lavender plants and all this kind of stuff into our garden now, when a lot of people are like, oh, shouldn't you wait till the spring? And what this has to do with building your elopement photography business, and why right now is really the time to focus on something. So so we planted a whole bunch of stuff in our yard, mainly where we keep our chickens, because they need bushes to hide in, they need shade, they need things to do. And the reason why I planted so many stuff now is because it takes a while to grow their root system and stuff like that. And that has to happen before these plants really grow, before they bloom and blossom. There's all this foundational stuff that needs to be done. And that's exactly what building an elopement photography business is like too. There's all this foundational stuff that needs to happen before you can blossom, before you can take in, 6 figures worth of inquiries and bookings. There's this whole, there's all this stuff that has to happen before booking season, which is January and February. So I really kind of love this gardening analogy for building a business, because not only does it take into account this foundational stuff that you need to do, but it also kind of is, gardening isn't perfect. And I had a game plan and things that we wanted to do and plant, but it might not all go perfectly. Some plants in some places may do great and be huge and but it's building a business is more like a garden than building, a perfect architectural building, is kind of what I also wanted to talk about. So the analogy is great. And the foundational stuff that we teach kind of inside the Elopement Photographer Mastermind that you need in place before your business can really take off are things that a lot of people kind of don't pay attention to and don't learn through Facebook groups and stuff like that. So the foundational stuff that you need in your business is stuff that you should really be working on now. And that is identifying exactly who you want to work with and what they need to see and what they need to, what photos they need to see, what copy they need to read from you. And then there's also systems and automations and things like that that need to go into your business to, improve that foundation. So, and the Epic Photo Podcast just joined. Hello. And what I thought was really funny was I just listened to that episode where Cheryl Ann, who is a past mastermind member, about investing in education. But then at the very end, she dropped in that you need to plant the seeds now so that they can grow later. Oh, we got paused and now we're back. But yeah, so Cheryl Ann was talking about how, you need to plant the seeds now so that they can bloom later. And then I was like, oh my God, that's literally what I wanted to talk about today. And why right now is the time you need to start working on your elopement photography business and what you want for 2026. Now is the time, which is exactly why I have the Elopement Photographer Mastermind open right now for applications, so that you can put in the work, the foundational stuff, the roots, the seeds that can then blossom in 2026. It is not too late to basically kind of pivot your business into being a successful elopement photographer business for 2026. You can absolutely do that right now. It's not like with wedding photography where everybody is booking things a year or two in advance. So you could literally pivot into an elopement photography business and book out your calendar for 2026. But there's things that you have to do now. You got to make sure that you have the portfolio. You got to make sure that you have the website. You got to make sure that you have the copy. You have to make sure that you are attracting the right people. You got to make sure that your prices are good to go, that your sales calls are good to go. And Ava just joined and said, go join the mastermind. You won't regret it. Yes, I am absolutely plugging the mastermind right now, because we will walk you through step by step everything that you need to do ahead of time. And when booking season comes so that you can basically hit the ground running and build this successful business where you are booking 5K, 6K, even up to 8K, 10K elopements for 2026. So I wanted to come on and say why I'm planting all these things now and why you should consider planting the foundations in your elopement photography business if 2026 is the year that you want to really, kick off and kill it and run ads and do SEO and attract the right couples at the right prices. Like right now is the time to get that work done. And I know a lot of people are super busy in the fall with editing galleries and all that kind of stuff, but there are still things that you need to be doing, non-urgent things that are going to propel your business forward and get you those bookings and inquiries. So hopefully this made sense, that this is inspiring. Go listen to the Epic Photography podcast if you want to hear Cheryl's ideas on what she wished she knew before she kind of took off in her business and stuff like that. And she gives a shout out to the Elopement Photographer Mastermind. So cool. Thanks, guys.